New at 5, we have just confirmed the Atlanta City Council is tabling a measure that would impose term limits on city council members. 11 Alive's Joe Ripley is here to walk us through what we know here, Joe.
Hey, good evening. The proposed ordinance did not even make it out of committee today. Just moments before today's city council meeting, a potential snag stopped the council from discussing this proposed ordinance. If it eventually passes, it would cap the time an Atlanta City Council member could serve to 5 consecutive terms. A proposed ordinance by Atlanta City Council members Antonio Lewis, Keisha Shawn Waits, and Liliana Bakhtiari, all recently elected to council, would limit time served in the body to 5 consecutive terms.
I think there's really a lot to be gained by letting someone who's doing a good job continue to do that, and we get the benefit of their experience.
Atlanta resident Dawn Arthen believes term limits should not be imposed, but rather decided by voters.
They're getting elected, and if we want them out, then vote them out. And we have that ability.
This undermines the citizens' right to pick and choose their elected officials. You know, there aren't any career politicians. There are returning public servants who the citizens are returning to office.
Councilman Michael Julian Bond has spent 20 years on council. He says he's opposed to term limits because it could lead to too much inexperience on council.
When fresh folks come in, you have kind of a burst of energy, or even when folks come back, I think that you've seen a lot of new energy, a lot of legislation, policy making. Council
President Doug Shipman says he's looking forward to debating the pros and cons of the measure, but the proposed ordinance didn't even make it out of committee today. City officials say changing term limits would have to come with a change in the city's charter, which requires the Georgia General Assembly's approval. The legal snag has put the proposed legislation on hold for now.
I think you're always trying to balance the experience that is gathered over time, but also then the freshness that comes. I mean, this year we saw 6 new council members, 2 return.
And City Council President Doug Shipman, who you heard from there, tells me if the cap passes, it would not limit anybody from running for a different spot on council.